So, the stage itself. I'm going to talk to you in this part like an actor, okay? Partially like an actor, partially like a director, because I'm both. But I'd like to remind you that in your textbook, on page 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, you have detailed illustrations of what I'm going to talk a little bit about. But I wanted to give you some experiential thoughts on the stage itself and being on the stage. So here is the operatic stage, and the area that you would be working in would be, maybe 25 feet deep, and then you would have sides with curtains or so on. Now, the stage area is a very interesting place to be, and let me give you a few directions. If you move down toward the audience, you move downstage. If you move away from the audience, you move upstage. Now, why would they say downstage and upstage? And the reason is historical. Stages used to be raked down toward the audience. They were several feet higher in the rear than they were in the front. Why? Because the audience was flat. Now, of course, with all our modern technology and designs, the audience is raked and the stage is flat. Much safer for actors to move on. Now, this is stage right. So if an actor moves downstage right, they go this way. Why could that be right, you say, when it's actually obviously left? Well, it's the actor's right and the actor's left. So if you move upstage left, you move in this direction. Upstage right, this direction. If you cross, you may cross in any direction you wish, but let's cross from here, downstage left. A very powerful cross to make. So there you are, downstage left. And it's a very good spot to sing. But no matter where you go on the opera stage, you must be able to see this wonderful person, the conductor. Now, the great skill of the opera singer, one of the many skills, is being able to do all this and much, much more, follow many, many more detailed directions in rehearsal. And you may be in Germany, you may be working with an Italian director whose German is not very good and whose English is non-existent, and there you are, an American opera singer, following all these directions. And you have a lot to remember and a lot to intuit as you do this. Each stage area is different from the next. And what you want to do as a singer is find what are called the warm spots. What do I mean by that? Generally, they are a bit downstage and toward the center of the stage. These are the spots that you can feel your voice easily projects out of. Every opera stage has these sweet spots. And as you guessed in an opera, on an opera theater, you find them and go back to them again and again, because you can better communicate with the audience when you find these sweet spots. And all this has to do with acoustics. Every theater is acoustically a minefield of beautiful spots and bad spots. You will walk into theaters where you will send your voice out and you hear nothing coming back at you, and you just have to have faith that your voice is reaching the back of the theater. In other theaters, you will hear a tight, sweet reverb coming back to you, and you say, aha, good, everything is working out fine. Remember, the bigger the audience, the more it will absorb your vocal sound, and the less feedback you'll have. It can be very shocking to do a rehearsal in a theater where the theater is empty, and you hear a reverberation of your voice. But when it's suddenly full of a warm audience breathing in dresses and tuxedos and so on, you don't hear your voice very much at all. It's all a part of the praxis of performance. You learn how to deal with all these variables. The variables also of the orchestra. Can you hear the orchestra clearly? Can you hear the instruments that cue your part, and so on? So it's to be a performer in an opera is an extraordinary thing. And I should talk a little bit more about it, and I will in just a second, okay?